You might say a scientist has to be really smart, but no, I think when I look at scientists, you have to be creative. I think, and even in myself, I'm looking back, if we've enjoyed some success, I think the reason is that science isn't a one person. So, at least in my own situation, build a strong research team. And I think the important thing for me is that never be intimidated that your colleagues are going to be smarter than you, because they're all smarter than you, okay? So never worry about that. And so I think it's just a matter of saying, as you're building the team, encourage your young colleagues, support them, and sort of build a team around you that can essentially move your science forward. I also look at it that you have to treat everybody exactly the same and be fair with them, and encourage them in the good times and encourage them during the bad times. And I can assure you that in science there's more failures than successes. It truly is, and I can even speak personally. I mean, your grants are rejected, your papers are rejected, probably more times than they're accepted. And so I think it becomes a little bit depressing that, if your grant is not accepted or your paper is not accepted. So I think, at least in my role as a leader, is to, support these young people, encourage these young people, and say, hey, never give up, because eventually, it'll work out for you. When you carry out a set of experiments, sometimes, I mean, not sometimes, a lot of times it's a failed experiment. But then sometimes that gives you a clue, if you will, why did that experiment fail? And it's really the failed experiments that'll then lead you on to answer the right questions for the essentially experiments that work out. So you have to be inquisitive. You have to be able to interpret the data, what I call the basic, the raw data. And sometimes, if you use the term, you can't see the forest for the trees, right? Well, you have to be able to analyze that data very carefully to figure out what next experiments to carry out to move you forward. But I can tell you, over the years, we've had a lot of failed experiments, and I can give you examples of that then has turned out to be successful.